All right, good evening, everyone. Talk some video games tonight. Then we could go about our merry way. Check the show out tonight as well. Got a good one. Got a good one. Yeah, so as always, uh, it's one of them days, dramatic day, big day, and I wanted to just talk about where Xbox gets right, where Sony gets wrong, and because while this is being talked about, Concord was a massive failure. The studio's being shut down. It's just kind of funny how the reaction is so vastly different. All of us, it's kind of weird. Well, not weird. It's actually expected, right? How all of a sudden nobody seems to care about the devs anymore. That's always hilarious, right? There's no public outcry. There's no so what are you doing? There's no calls to action. Hell, apparently some are saying that this is a W for Sony. This is a good thing for them. I thought y'all cared about the devs. I thought y'all cared, man. I thought that was your big thing, that you protect the devs. You protect the devs with every fiber of your being. Uh, because Sony shut down Firewalk Studio and it looks like a mobile game developer called Neon Koi, right? So it, so it, so, yeah, so my thing is like, okay, they shut it down, and here's the thing, um, and what's up, Shizno? By the way, chat, go ahead and show out tonight. I'll be interacting with the chat tonight, for a little while. We could have some discussions on everything too. Hey, what's up, man? Listening while I play Motorsport, the best racer ever. Yeah, man. Forza is phenomenal. Forza is absolutely phenomenal. Uh, and and it's kind of funny. And look, comparing Call of Duty to Concord is actually a bit ridiculous, right? It's a bit ridiculous in the sense that Call of Duty's established IP. It's always the best-selling game every year, except for like last year where Hogwarts Legacy beat it for the first time in like 15 years. But then it was probably the second best-selling game. It's massive success on Game Pass. Still, and this what and I saw this article here, and I thought it was very interesting and very well put because it even mentions at some point a Game Pass success. That's the first Call of Duty game to launch in Game Pass, PC, and Xbox. For millions of gamers are jumping into the title via the subscription service. However, the game is still proving extremely popular on PS4 and PS5. And I want to point this part out because this pretty much spot on to what I mean when I say prediction. I guess is it even a prediction when it's this obvious? Because it was pretty clear that Call of Duty was still going to be a massive success on PlayStation. Um, let's not forget there are a large number of PlayStation gamers who only play Call of Duty and nothing else. Let's see here. Um, yeah, uh, let's do this. Yeah, so as you see on screen here, it's just no said. I'll be honest. I like the look and characters of the world of Concord a lot, but with no campaign to get to know those better, I had no interest in it. Huge shooter made no sense to me at all. None at all. None at all. Especially 8 years after the success of Overwatch. And the thing about Overwatch, because I don't think Overwatch has a campaign either. You tend to get the. I mean, you could get they put out the characters and how you get to know the characters in various ways. I know that they've had like these animated shorts for Overwatch and other ways. They got different type of events and costumes, but I don't think they have a traditional campaign either. But that game was a massive success to the point where it was game of the year, I believe, in 2016. That's how big it was. That game took over that year that it came out. But for Sony to and Sony was kind of trying to hedge their bets on these live service games, and that's not their strength, right? It's not their strong point, and 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 this is why Shizno and chat and anybody. And by the way, feel free to comment your heart's content tonight. I'll be addressing every comment. Um, but this is why Shizno and chat why wi- this like Sony has invested a lot in trying to do this live service stuff. This is the reason why they picked up Bungie, which let's not forget Bungie is now a support team over at Sony. Like, this is how bad they are at this over there, you know. And 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 while yeah, I completely admit it's a bit facetious to compare an established IP like Call of Duty to a new IP like Concord. The point I want to get across is still valid. This is Microsoft. That's their bread and butter. People hate on Halo all they want, but Halo had like 30 million players its first month after release. And Call of Duty still a success on PlayStation. And I'm telling you, it's going to be the best-selling game on PlayStation, despite the game being on Game Pass. I'm curious if it's going to do the double whammy: be Game Pass best most played game, downloaded game, and most bought game on the console. I wouldn't be surprised with that. But Shizno said I never liked Overwatch for the same reason, but I don't see any other hero shooter topping it. Yeah. Overwatch became ubiquitous when it to the hero shooter genre. That's so they're so ingrained in that genre. It's at this point it's just similar to how UFC is synonymous with MMA, right? uh to where, yeah, there are going to be other hero shooters out there, but none of them are going to it's going to be very difficult for any of them to be as big as Overwatch. And that's why, when you release such a game, I don't think they have that kind of lofty of a goal for it. But it's clearly Sony thought Concord was going to do something, you know. And the game lasted 2 weeks. The developer closes down, and and it's kind of funny. All of a sudden, there's no outcry. Everybody doesn't become financial experts with this. Apparently, some are saying that this is actually a good thing that he shut the studio down. Is that where we're at? Because everybody lost their mind when Microsoft sold Tango Gamesworks and closed down. I think it was the Arcane Austin studio, and yeah, that did suck because we over here and the Living the Truth, we stand Redfall, and I still praise Hi-Fi Rush to this day. I'm always going to praise this game because I love it, love everything about it, right? Um, but but what I but, but it's pretty clear that there are two completely different standards here. And here's the thing: with Sony, it just seems like there's this pile on of failure after failure after failure especially these last couple of years. But you could really say this whole generation where their games aren't selling like they used to. All they do is sell remasters. The third party stuff not hitting expectations. Sony wasn't prepared for the shift. Sony wasn't prepared for it, man. So that's why they've been hyper reactive to it. That's why they've been hyperactive to it. While Microsoft has been preparing for this shift and in that paradigm shift and how gaming is consumed. And the thing about the paradigm shift is that for me personally, it's not even something that I'm just jumping for joy over. I'm going with it because look, because in life we got to move forward. Things are going to change, and if you don't accept change now, you're gonna be left behind. But there's still some concerns on what could possibly happen. But yeah, man, Game Pass. I mean, Call of Duty. The success on Game Pass. I don't know why this was debated. The biggest game of the year on a service where it's easily accessible. I don't understand. This is one of the things where they try to put out the narrative like, oh, this is gonna kill Call of Duty and sales are gonna plummet, but they without the understanding of how this stuff works. Now, if it turns out that Call of Duty was Game Pass's biggest game and the best selling game on Xbox this year, that might be a little, that might be a little mind blowing, and that might be an even bigger success overall because that'll tell me that people who are playing it are going to buy it on Game Pass, and then there are people who and then the people who don't probably don't have Game Pass are still buying it, or maybe they're going to buy it anyway. You know what I'm saying? Because that's their annual game. Give me 1 second. All right, so yeah, so back to the main topic here. Black Ops 6 is so popular, the game is cracking internet records. Call of Duty Black Ops 6 has already become one of the biggest games in COD's history. Alongside being a major success for Call of Duty, the game's release is even breaking records in the internet providers in the UK. Companies E and BT dishing out more data than ever before. So that's interesting. It's even one of the biggest in Call of Duty history. Now that's a phenomenal success there. You know, so the big one of the biggest in the series history. Yeah, Call of Duty. Yeah, it's kind of funny, as I see stuff like this and read all this here. Um, the success on Game Pass, the console, and on PlayStation. This is what you buy Activision for, man. Not just King and Blizzard, not just all the great IPs, but for this, the feature subscription service, the feed the games day one to remove all the barriers. Like how PlayStation for a decade had the free match, which to be fair, Xbox was doing that shit on the 360 days. So that's why it's something that I didn't complain too much about. But yeah, Xbox, man, they're doing everything they can to get the brand going, and to write the ways and to ride the waves, of any type, because right now it's pretty clear. People aren't buying games like that. They can't. Hell, a lot of them can't even afford games to that extent. You know what I'm saying? And then $70 games have been proven. Look, the $70 games thing was probably something that was going to happen regardless, but it's pretty clear that it's proven to be a detriment to the gaming industry. It's just too damn much to ask people to spend $70 on the new game day one, unless they just really really love it. You know what I'm saying? Where when these games are a bit cheaper, you could talk yourself into, what, might not be super into it, but I'll give it a try. What's $40? What's $50? You know what I'm saying? But when the big AAA games, especially the big heavy hitters, the games that people and let's not play dumb. Those are the games that people care about the most, right? When those are when those are $70, it's pretty clear that people just aren't lining up to buy them to the same extent. Uh, and so that's the beauty of situations like Game Pass, and it's why Sony tried, I guess, kind of, sorta, not really, but yeah, and the thing about Concord is it was never going to succeed. It never had a chance. You know what I'm saying? There is no universe where it was going to do anything. And then to make things worse with a series like that, uh, it, it, it didn't really, it looked very typical by the books. It didn't really look fun. You kind of had the stupid character designs that nobody liked. Um, and and so it was a it was something. But I think what really this is what's kind of burning Sony. The game apparently cost $400 million to develop. $400 million, and they got nothing out of it. Y'all don't think we're gonna see more consequences of that? Because Sony's gonna have to make their money back somehow, right? So y'all don't think there's gonna be more consequences? It's pretty clear it would be. It really is. And then the PlayStation fans, they don't play the damn game. It's not easily accessible on PlayStation now. Um, it never looked good. It had no momentum going in. It was being ripped to shreds from the start. It was a disaster waiting to happen. And then with stuff like this, it's going to be course. There's also a lot of course correct going right now, where the gaming industry tried to push some boundaries. Gamers are rejecting it, and so things are going to shift to because these companies at the end of the day, they want to make money. That's the end goal. That's why you run a company. That's why you release a product, and that's why you release your product to people who wants to buy this stuff because they want to make money, right? Um, and and they're going to and they thought that Sony and Fireworks Studios thought that this was going to be the path to success. It wasn't, and they got shut down. And Herman Holtz, man, he ain't giving y'all games. He giving y'all remasters. I guess you could be happy with that. you know, they tried to do the multiplayer live service push. That ain't work out. Uh, I think listen, the PlayStation 5. This is clearly Sony's worst console ever. I'm not even sure it's debatable at this point. I mean, this thing is just it's just one disaster after another. You know, they got some fortune fell in their favor with the PS4. Microsoft didn't make those same mistakes with promoting this Series X, and also this is why nobody gets hyped up at console sales anymore. So, because Sony, they'll say, "Oh, we sold 60 million consoles." But what's the point of selling all the consoles if nobody's buying your game? Hey, Xbox Olin said COD is a juggernaut. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is, man. And as always, chat, feel free to be vocal tonight, and I'll be addressing every comment. But yeah, it absolutely is a juggernaut, and and the juggernaut, Call of Duty, is now more easily accessible than ever. Because now, if you're a Game Pass subscriber, maybe money's tough right now. Maybe you're saving for the holidays because November is right around the corner. Black Friday and Christmas is gonna be here before you know it. But you really want to play your favorite game of the year, the biggest game of the year, Call of Duty. All you got to do, hit the install button on your Xbox and on your PC. Um, it is. I have to check if Call of Duty might even be playable through the cloud right now. Right? It might be playable through the cloud. So you'll even get that with it. So yeah, the Juggernaut um is it's even more accessible than ever. Has been a home run for Game Pass and Xbox. I saw something that said, and maybe it was incorrect information because I haven't been able to find a source since, about 144% increase in player base or maybe subscriptions, something crazy like that, some crazy statistics. But I haven't been able to find it, so maybe it was incorrect, and I don't like putting out incorrect information. But I saw that, and I should have just copied a link then and there. Oh well. All right, but anyway. Anyway, let's get back to it. Hey, what's up, Adidas 20? Thank you for joining, my friend. Yeah, man, Adidas. Feel free to speak your mind tonight. I'll be addressing every comment. Um, Xbox Online said Black Ops 6 is right up there with Modern Warfare 2 and Black Ops 2. Yeah, that's another thing. This Call of Duty seems to be considered a great Call of Duty this year. You know, it's doing it's being well received from my understanding. Um, and it's doing big numbers and it's being compared to some of the better ones. And I'm seeing a lot of this is the best Call of Duty in years. This is the best Call of Duty in years. This is the best Call of Duty in years. And that's why it's a success on Game Pass. And as it says here, not only Game Pass, but it's still extremely popular on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. And 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 that's because there are a lot of PlayStation gamers. Hey, what's up, Doomslayer? Yeah, man. Yeah, late night video tonight. But feel free to be active in the chat, man. I'll be I'll be hanging out with you guys tonight and just have fun in the chat. But yeah, man. But so the PlayStation people who only play Call of Duty, they're buying a game. The Xbox and PC people who both have Game Pass and are still buying a game. This everything was kind of building to this, and Game Pass to an extent needed this, right? Needed this because it's being fed. You're feeding the system. You're feeding you're feeding. This is what subscribers are paying. What is it? $17 a month, I think it is now, for stuff like this, for the Starfields and the Halos, and now the Call of Duties. And by the way, everyone's a Game Pass Ultimate subscriber, right? Because I don't I gotta be I wonder who uses Core or the Game Pass Core. I'd be stunned if it's significant. I have a feeling Game Pass Ultimate is like by far the most popular one. And Gogo Poe, what's up, Gogo Poe? Adidas Zero said, "Let's go." Um, Xbox All In, yes, it is. People were showing their gameplay online, social media. Yeah. I could see that. The game has been a home run, and I would say, look, Sony, you can learn from this, but the problem is that Sony just can't. Sony don't have the resources, the money, or the infrastructure to learn from this. It's really what this is the in your face moment of how far Xbox is ahead of PlayStation in this regard. Because listen, Sony would love to have a Call of Duty like shooter on their console that people swarm to. But even when Helldivers 2 earlier this year, right? Helldivers 2 came out. That was a bigger success on PC than PlayStation, than the console. And then it sounds like it faded to obscurity, or maybe it's just not something anybody's talking about now that the big boy Call of Duty has been released. But yeah, man, people have been playing it. They've been showing out. I've seen my share of unboxing videos for it because there's some cool steelbook and collector's editions for your game. But Call of Duty was always going to be a big deal. But the difference this year is that it's a big deal under the Xbox brand. It's a big deal under the Xbox brand. And when Microsoft has the biggest game of the year under its umbrella, you're gonna see why when towards the end of the year, how the numbers are going to showcase the success for it. And this is the path forward. And this is why Xbox does what they does. And some of it is controversial. Some of what Xbox does is controversial. It's not going to sit right with a lot of people, right? And because we're so apprehensive to change, and in a way, understandably so, because you don't know what change is going to provide. But the change that Xbox has brought with Game Pass and how they conducting Xbox as a brand, I think it seems like it's going to work out. Now, you know, and some, you know, the so when they have something like 30 million consoles at the moment, so I'm assuming it's gonna you know it's gonna sell about as much, maybe a little more than the Xbox One generation by the end of it, because I think the Series X consoles generation is a lot more positively received. And I think that people see the Series X and S in a far better light than they did the Xbox. I don't think there is. That's probably just an objective fact at this point. You know that it's going to do better overall. And here's the thing about the current console generation: the damn consoles rarely go on sale, and there's been no permanent price cut. Because when I got the Xbox One, that's when it was cut to like $300, right? I know this because I bought the it was this white Gears of War bundle for $300. I bought it at Walmart. That was my first Xbox One console back on like New Year's Eve 2015, one day before New Year's Day, and that was slashed at $300, and it stayed at that price. It didn't jump back to $500, $400, however much it cost. But with this console generation, them consoles, man, they'll go on sale for a little bit during the holiday, but back to 500. The digital Series X is 450. I don't think that's getting a price cut during the holiday since it's just released. Might be wrong. Hopefully I'm wrong. But yeah, Doomslayer said, "What's up? Late night video." That's right. I am. Not as good as Concord. Yeah, Concord, the big smashing hit, the $400 million elephant in the room for Sony. I would love to see their financials at the end of the year on how they swallowed that game, man. Because that's a disaster and a half right there. You know that's a level of Concord. Concord is the peak. You know, there's been some peak levels of bad throughout my lifetime as a gamer. THQ, THQ, that one hurt because THQ was a really good publisher, and right at the time that they shut down. Midway, when they sold off, and WB picked up their IPs, and NetherRealms, who now make, I think the talent from Midway went to NetherRealms, something like that. Like, there's a lot of hurtful like shit, man. I can't believe this happened moments in gaming throughout my lifetime. Some of the stuff last generation, some of the stuff this generation, like Violation with the last Saints Row game. But what happened with Concord is this one's gonna go down in history, man. I wish old school G4, not the new G4, the old one, was still alive, because they used to have the show called Icons, right? Stuff like Icons that talk about the history of games. I would have loved to see an episode of Icons about the not even the rise and fall, but the immediate implosion of Concord and how Sony handled Firewalk Studio, because it's a tell, man. It would make a hell of a story, in my opinion. I'd love to see that. But yeah, Call of Duty Black Ops 6, the campaign was, in my opinion, the worst I ever played. That's interesting, Doom player, because it's getting the opposite reaction from most. Most are saying it's the best campaign in years. A lot of people didn't like last year's, right? And maybe they didn't like the year before. I don't remember. I don't, COD's not 100% my thing, but yeah, but it's being extremely well received from a lot of people. They're loving the campaign. They're playing the hell out the game. Doomslayer. Listen, we all have our opinions, so obviously I'm not shitting on your opinion. There are going to be people who don't like the campaign this year either. Plenty of people aren't going to like it. But overall, from what I'm seeing, it's not like last year. I remember last year it was almost goofy how much they hated it, right? But this year it seems to be very well received, which is a good home run for Microsoft and Xbox. It's the first one that launched day one. And by the way, this is why I don't take insiders seriously, even when they get something correct once or twice out of 1,000 times, because they were saying that Microsoft wasn't going to release the game on Game Pass earlier this year. Let's not forget that. I just got my controller today. Oh, that's what's up. I haven't purchased a controller yet, but I am 100% gonna get it. I'm going real talk. I'm gonna get both versions of it. I'm not because, guys, I bought all 5 Redfall controllers. So them controls, the Call of Duty ones are gonna be in my collection ASAP. I'm just holding. You know what I'm hoping, because around holiday time, they they do, they'll do like a little sale, and it's not really a huge sale, so I'm like 20% off. But hell, 20% off, and because the Design Lab controllers, they're pricey. They're pricey. If you did, I think if you just did the bare minimum version of the Design Lab Call of Duty controller, it's going to be like 80 something dollars. I think about 85, $86, right? That's not including tax, right? But the one that I kind of designed was like 90 something dollars. So I'm kind of holding off a little bit. Maybe wait for that 10-20% sell off. Get a bit of a discount, not huge, but where you could save a little money, I'll take it. But yeah, the controls look awesome, man. You should show it off, man. You should do an unboxing video of it. Xbox only. The rise and fall of Concord. Well, Phase, you need to have a rise in general. So it was more like the fall and plummet of Concord, because um that was a spectacular disaster. To get It was such a disaster that nobody, instead of having how it is when especially when Xbox have layoffs or closed the studio or sold off the studio like they did with Tango Games. Everybody threw a pity party. Oh man, how can you do this, Microsoft? Oh, the gaming industry is dead. I can't believe what's going on. People are saying, Phase, that this is a win. And this is a good thing that Sony shut down Concord Studios Firewall. That's how much of a disaster it has been, Phase. It's okay, but it's not the best. Black Ops 2 had the best campaign. Yeah, yeah. It seems like Black Ops 2 is kind of universally considered the best campaign in this, or at least one of the best. I know some like the what's that one? I think World at War is one that I remember people really loving too. When World at War was like what, 2009. It was one of the 360 ones, I think. But yeah, yeah, Black Ops 2. I think that was kind of extremely well received as one of the top dog campaigns in COD history. Uh, and that's the thing, with these long running series, Doomslayer, that's going to be the case. There's going to be, some people are going to see that as the peak. Because look, my favorite series of all time is Assassin's Creed, right? And a lot of people say, hey, Assassin's Creed peaked at Assassin's Creed 2. My favorite Assassin's Creed is Odyssey. There are people who, and I know the game was hated when it came out, but there are a lot of Assassin's Creed fans now. They absolutely love Unity, the one that took place in revolutionary Paris, France. Absolutely love it, man. Right? And so these longer running series, Doom, you're gonna find a large variety of opinions on where people stand with them. And that's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of it. Uh, that's the beauty with the long with these long running franchises provide, is that, and I actually think it's good that someone like Doomslayer is like, hey, look, I wasn't feeling the campaign, but someone like Sega Forever, Xbox One is like, oh, I'm loving the game. Because it shows, man. It shows where things are at, and that people could have a discord about it and it still be a success. And that's the important part. The game being a success is the important part. And and yeah, and now in 2024, like I've been saying all year, Call of Duty is going to be played by more than every PlayStation timed exclusive, third party exclusive they paid off Xbox, and whatever first party game, 2 first party games they had this year. Call of Duty, the Xbox game. Got the Elite 2 version. Got the metallic black D-pad. Oh, that's gorgeous right there. I know that bad boy was like $220 or something like that, man. Did you get everything with it? The case, the extra paddles and all that. Did you get that with it, Sega Forever? I'm debating on if I should go that route, Just spend the money. Get all the bells and whistles with it. No, or just get the controller itself without it. But yeah, that controller is gorgeous, man. That controller is absolutely spectacular. Excuse me. Let's see what we're doing. All right, Doomslayer said Call of Duty World at War have the best campaign ever. Yeah. I remember people praising the hell out of World of War even back then, Doomslayer. So yeah, I know that one is like super up there, upper echelon, S tier level Call of Duty campaign. That one's really loved. That one's really loved. It's World at War, and it sounds like I guess Black Ops 2 would be number two for y'all, or well, I say y'all, but and when I mean that, I mean like in the kind of consensus, in the same way that with for if you look at how people see Assassin's Creed, they'll say it's Assassin's Creed 2 was the best one, and of course, like I said, top opinions are gonna vary. They should stop messing around and put all the games on Game Pass. Yeah, that's coming. That's coming. Xbox Online, Sega Forever. That's coming, man. Yeah. Some of the stuff we do kind of got to be a little patient with. I don't know I wish I knew the optics on how it worked, but it's pretty clear that that's not as simple as you push the on button. You push the on button and boom, the game is live on Game Pass. So whatever they got going on, it's coming. I would like, what a part of me, instead of trickle, I don't want them to trickle it down though. I want them to just do one big press release of, hey, we got starting today, every Call of Duty ever on Game Pass at your disposal right now. That's how I want to see him do it. Just drop them all at once, man. That'll be beautiful to see, and just reap the rewards. Reap the rewards of it. Cisnoli said, I'm betting Assassin's Creed Shadows will end up my favorite right now. It's Odyssey or Origins. Yeah, Shadows look phenomenal. It's going to take a lot for it to top Odyssey for me, though. That's because Odyssey, I think, is like it's one of the best games. You know what? That whole trilogy, Origins, Odyssey, and Valhalla, I absolutely loved. Are some of my I'm not because I don't know if y'all remember when the 20-year when Xbox had the 20-year anniversary and you could do that real cool animated thing they had where you could check your stats and histories. My most played games on the Xbox One and Series X console at the time was Assassin's Creed Origins, Odyssey, and Valhalla. Literally 1, 2, 3. So that's how much I played those games. My favorite Assassin's Creed game is 3. Yeah, Assassin's Creed 3 with Connor, and it started with Haytham. And by the way, that plot twist of Haytham being a Templar at the beginning, that was phenomenal. That's what I gotta say. That's one of the greatest plot twists in gaming history that don't get talked about. I thought that plot twist, the only plot twist that I thought was a bigger shock was the infamous BioShock 1, which is the greatest plot twist in gaming history, right? But that when in the prologue when you got around the Templars and he first said that he was at the Templar Order, that was such a and I know Desmond was like, holy shit, dude. Everybody was like, what the fuck? Or holy, excuse my language there, but that's how shocking that one. That was a phenomenal plot twist to start the game. Then I love towards the end, when Connor and Haytham started to work together and how that broke down. And I kind of hated that he, and you know what? And I'll say this, and I don't know what was it in 2012. Ubisoft released two of the best villains in their series, but they weren't the main villains of the game. Because that was the same year Far Cry 3 had Voss, but Voss dies something like halfway, maybe 3/4 of the way through the game, and then the real bad guy at the end is I don't even remember who the fuck it is. That's how little impact the true villain of Far Cry 3 left on me. But Voss was this legendary, phenomenal villain. Hell, everybody quotes the whole insanity thing thanks to Voss in that game. Right? And then that same year with Assassin's Creed 3, Haytham was way more interesting of a antagonist to Connor than fucking Charles Lee. Charles Lee was boring as fuck. I want to kill him before Connor and Haytham had it fallen out. That would have been a far more impactful ending, in my opinion. But it is what it is, man. We all have different opinions. That's what's awesome about humanity. Yeah, exactly, exactly. And you know what, Shizno? I I I like the discourse of different opinions. Unfortunately, we just live in such an extreme time that people take the shit too seriously, man. And so instead of just like, man, look, I wasn't feeling Call of Duty, and someone who likes Call of Duty Black Ops like, oh man, no, 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 this is why I liked it. Or the same way that I'm out here discussing with Doomslayer, about the good and bad of Assassin's Creed 3, right? Instead of just that, it's more like, oh, you a fraud, you know what I'm saying? Or this real extreme reaction, oh, you fucking fanboy if you don't like something. And that's the shit that annoys me, man. And that's kind of what ruins uh what kind of ruins the discourse, game discourses, is when everybody wants to have that clickable viral moment and saying some over the top extreme bullshit. uh and 99% of the time it don't even make sense. But yeah, man, different opinions are cool. And I know they're not handed chat, but that's why, like, dudes like Mike Johnson. He was a PlayStation guy, and he'd occasionally pop up. That's why I like some of them dudes, man. And there is Dan, the Nintendo man, who pops up occasionally, and like his name is literally the Nintendo man. No, no, just a controller. Might get the wrap. Still not sure. Yeah, yeah. I got the Starfield wrap, and it still looks great on my Xbox. So I don't know if I'm gonna make any changes, or if I'm gonna get the wrap from my second Xbox. I don't know. We'll see. But everything about it looks good. Now it is interesting that they're doing wraps instead of custom consoles. Now, um, I'm a proponent of the custom console, but if the wrap's going to supplement it, I guess that's all right. I still think that custom console is just too damn amazing, though. It's just too damn amazing, man. Shizno Elite said, when it comes to Call of Duty campaigns, my favorite is Ghost. I haven't finished Cold War or Black Ops 6 yet, though. Oh, wow, Ghost. Now, that's an interesting one, because Ghost is kind of funny. Ghost, and what I like? Shizno's a little like me, where we play games that people consider bad, but we end up really loving it. Because Call of Duty Ghost is actually kind of considered the worst one, right? If you see a list of best and worst Call of Duties, Ghost is usually at the bottom, maybe the bottom. And I respect that Shizno's like, look, I played it, I loved it, it's my favorite. Because hey, that happens to me all the time, Shizno. That I can remember, when I do especially when I do my collection videos, and I'll like a game and someone like, oh, how do you like that trash? Because I played the fucking game. I played, guys. When I play games, I play them for fun. I don't know how other people be playing games. I be thinking people be trying to play games for some revolutionary experience or something, or to have their life change. That's why people be like, oh, Call of Duty made me a better father and all that goofy shit. But for me, it's like, dude, gaming is a hobby. It's fun. It's the greatest hobby ever. But I play for fun. So if I play a game and have a good time, I'm gonna come up here and praise it. despite whatever issues you may think it has. And then that's another thing. And this is just me, right? This is just me. A lot of times when I play these games that people be shitting on, I don't be having the same issues they do. The only exception I can really think of off the top of my head is Mafia 3. Mafia 3, as much as I love that game, was crashing on me all the time, and it was driving me crazy on how it was just randomly crashed. You know what I'm saying? Now, so that game was an example of, come on, programmers, you got to fix this. And it took them a little while to fix it. But other than that, I generally can't think of many games where I had some game breaking bug or it will crash on me. So when I see them glitches compilations, I like they must just hyper focus on the one or two times it happens and pretend it's the whole game. Because I'll play these same games and experience none of it. Yeah, the whole trilogy is just amazing. Such great stories and expansion. I'm thinking he's saying of the Assassin's Creed Antiquity trilogy. They need to build a hub for Call of Duty ecosystem that keeps COD fans always jacked in. Isn't there already a hub? And guys, feel free. Hey, Zinc, what's up, man? Hey, what's up, Devil Shooter? I'll get to your comment in a minute. But isn't there already a hub? From my understanding, when you download Call of Duty, it's pretty like a hub now. You could go to whichever one you want to play that's installed. And the thing for mine is like 300 300 gigabytes. So the shit's not small, but I think that there's already unless the definition of ecosystem is different than what I'm thinking in my head. That's probably the case. I might get some hate, but I enjoyed Resident Evil 6. Nah, man, you don't get hate on this channel for liking a game general audiences didn't. Yeah, like my good friend, homegirl, she loves Resident Evil, loves it, loves it, loves it, loves it. Plays every single one, and and she's kind of like me when it comes to Assassin's Creed, where even if I don't like an Assassin's Creed as much as my favorites, I still love it. And so she's one of the people where she loves every one of them. And so I know somebody who likes 6, and like 5, as controversial as that may be. But that's the thing, their entertainment, their opinions, and I don't understand why some people end up so dogmatic about people's opinions. Where like people have legitimately Doomslayer been upset with me over my opinion on a game. I was like, dude, why are you upset for something that I like? How does me liking a game affect you in any way, shape, or form? 3 definitely don't get enough love. It was a great game. Agreed. I love Assassin's Creed 3. And I wish I was able to play it at the time in 2012. I played it. You know what I played? I played it first when it was backwards compatible on Xbox One, because I have it digital backwards compatible. Then I bought the physical in the remaster. By the way, the remaster got the FPS boost on the Series X, and it looks when it runs great. I like the minimalist look of the Series X. Yeah. The minimalist look is cool. I like the customization personally. I'm a big customization guy. I like to have a look that kind of stands out. That when people see it, it's like, oh, what is that? Because when people see my Series X with the Starfield wrap, they're like, oh, hey, what is that? That looks cool. And I tell, oh yeah, that's the Starfield look. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I like. That's how I like it. Custom consoles should be a thing already. Yeah, it's kind of funny. We got I guess technically 2 custom consoles. The Galaxy Black. Galaxy Black is custom console because the Galaxy Black is like if y'all remember the NBA 2K20 Xbox One X. It's like the black version of that. Look up the hyper. I think it's called the Hyperspace Xbox One. It's like the white version. The Galaxy Black is the black version of that. And the Halo one, which don't like, it came out in 2021. That was still during the pandemic, and so I think the scalpers got most of them. And so if you try to buy that on a secondary market, they want $700, $800, $900, $1,000, and no. I'll never tell you to pay fucking $1,000 for a damn video game console. Get the hell out with that, right? But that custom console is gorgeous. If I could get my hands on one for a decent price, I would. But I can't. Listen, guys, I can't justify spending $600, $700, $800 on a video game console. That's a step too far for even me. And I'm a collector who buys everything. Yeah, people hate Ghosts. Yeah. But I mean, oh well. Listen. However. And one of my favorite phrases to say on this channel: don't let me or anybody else tell you what to think or enjoy. Have your own thoughts, have your own opinions, be confident in them. And if you get pushback, so what? They're your opinions. So it's like I don't like this. I don't like this era of people, and that's why it annoys me. Shizno, when I see people pirate their the opinions of their favorite streamers or YouTubers. I'm like, dude, you didn't think that up. All you did was copy word for word of what what a YouTube channel said. It annoys me. It annoys me because I want to hear what you actually think. Don't tell me some shit like that, some shit you saw some YouTubers say on a game you're never going to play, you didn't like, and think that you're going to tell me what to think. No. Devil Shooter 126 said, "Are you sure when I criticize 3 for a legit reason that keeps me from playing a game, I was attacked? Thanks for the defense, by the way." Yeah, dude, I defended you. Because here's the thing. Look, man, I don't control the views, opinions, or responses that the panel's going to say. And they're my people. I love them. right? I love them to death. But if that's how they feel, that's how they feel, and that's why we have discussions, devil shooter. And that's why I was like, guys, no, we're not going to pile on devil shooter for this, man, because that was your experience, and I'm not going to tell you what. Listen, I don't tell you what to think, devil shooter. I've never told you what to think. You've been pushing the PC stuff on me for months, and now that I got a comparable PC, you kind of toned down. But I'd never be like, oh, devil shooter, go fuck yourself. Nah, I'm not going to do that. I'm like, hey, look, I might disagree, but we keep it cool. And yeah, but that's the thing. Some opinions, man, you're gonna get pushed back for it. It happens. It happens. My advice, devil shooters, don't take anything personal, man. Don't take anything personal. Um, and unless they just get like out of hand disrespectful, then But even then, I had your back that night, man. So don't sweat it, devil shooter. Don't sweat it, man. You good? You good with me? Hey, happened with Redfall, my game of the year last year. Still play it to this day. Yeah. Same here, Shizno. Same here, man. I remember when I did the unboxing of the Redfall edition, because I got that Steelbook edition, right, and half the comments were shitting on the game. It's just one of the things like, all right, guys, whatever. I don't care. Y'all can hate the game all out. I'm still gonna play it and form my own opinion. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna. That's what's so funny to me about getting attacked is when they think that it's gonna sway me to their side. I don't think that works in general. I don't think anybody's ever been swayed by somebody having their opinions attacked ever in the history of humanity. Because that shit just comes off as annoying and obnoxious and not productive. You can have what people need to learn is to have a conversation about their differing opinions, because that's what gets people to think differently. Like, okay, I could see your point, and then you might then something might happen there. But when they be like, oh, how can you buy that trash? All that makes you think is, go fuck yourself. I'm gonna play the game. Say Xbox only said hate it, Ghost. The only Call of Duty game I don't own. Damn. Yeah. Ghost was because Ghost was the first one that was on the Xbox One at the time, and then I remember. And what's funny, I'm still pretty sure that was the best selling game of 2013. That's what's so funny about Call of Duty Ghost being hated. It's still the best selling game that year. I guarantee it. FaZe said, sometimes it's not game crashing. Sometimes their console is dirty. Yeah. Well, no, my consoles aren't dirty, man. I clean it. I clean it routinely. Hell, I even open up inside the Xbox and clean it that way, because that does be piling up, guys. And so I kind of get that dust out of there, man. 'Cause that shit will ruin your console. Now, fortunately, and then I also clean my PS5, because I ain't trying to attract no damn roaches to that damn console. We don't got we don't got no Roach Station 5 and Casa de Unlimited, man. I like Resident Evil 6 too. It was a fun action game. Yeah. It was pretty cool. It was pretty good. I'm still proud of my Redfall console. It looks great. Redfall console. What are you referring to, Shiz? No, I'm not familiar with a Redfall console. Yeah, man. Whatever you're referring to, I got to see a picture of that, man. A Redfall console. That sounds amazing. Doomslayer said, in my opinion, Splinter Cell is better than Metal Gear Solid. Love both, but Splinter Cell is way better. Yeah. Splinter Cell. I love Splinter Cell, man. For those who don't know, my all-time favorite OG Xbox game was Splinter Cell Chaos Theory. Yeah, I loved it more than Fable, more than Halo, more than Star Wars: Knights of the Republic, more than Ninja Gaiden, Black. That Splinter Cell, that game's Chaos Theory was like, and all of them were like all of them. That's a series where I think all of them are pretty good to really good. Maybe Double Agent might be my least favorite one. Um, that one was probably not super good to me, but man, Chaos Theory. I remember I was so hooked to that game, Doom Slayer, it was like, how do you put this damn thing down, man? Splinter Cell Chaos Theory is a GOAT tier game, man. It really is. It's one of them games that it should be put up in the Hall of Fame on stealth games, man. That game is phenomenal. They should do custom consoles like they do controllers. It would solve the scalper problem. Yeah, I'd love that. I would love that. You know, and you know what? I like to watch a lot of collection videos, and there are some Xbox people who have every single custom Xbox console, every single one, and that well, not no no no, everyone that you could purchase, because for some reason, and it drives me crazy. Xbox loves custom consoles. They just don't like selling them. They're just like giving the fucking giveaways that only one or two people win. I never win them. I know that's for damn sure. Did y'all see that gold Indiana Jones console? Looks awesome. Do you know if that was on sale right now? I'd buy that motherfucker. Nope. And Microsoft said, nah, you got to solve some stupid ass puzzle in a giveaway. I'm like, come on, Microsoft, you're killing me here, man. You're killing. And, you know, in the last two generations, whether it was that Godzilla one, the Black Panther one, they had this really cool Sonic one. They had a Ninja Turtle, and none of them are for sale or sold. They're all giveaways, and it drives me it drives me crazy. Xbox All In, because I listen. I would just like to buy one of them. I'll just be satisfied with one of them, man. I don't need to buy all of them. Money, you know, I don't got money like that. But dang, man, Xbox be killing me. Which how they do the custom consoles, man. I wish they sold more of them. Yeah, you can't believe so many out there been so many caught in a lie and just repeat what they read. Yeah, what they read or what they hear from their and you know, and and it's like and that's the thing, you know. I just don't like this idea of being told what to think. And even outside of gaming, I never liked that in life in general. This idea that you have to think this one certain way, and then people, and what's scary is though is that even in the context of gaming, people will want you to just fall in line with that one style of thinking. You know, and that's what prompted me to say things like don't let me or anybody else tell you what to think. And the reason why I include myself is because I don't want people to be watching my shows, man, listening to this podcast and be like, well, Unlimited said this. Like, you don't need to do that. What do you think? You know, what was your experience with the game? How do you feel about the game? You know, and I promise you guys, I don't get upset if you don't like it. The things that listen, my thing has always been this: the one thing that gets you out of here is the lying and the trolling. That's it. That's it. Because the lying is like the lying stuff drives me crazy. Because there's no reason to, you know, there's no reason to, you know, not now they're gone now. But the ones used to come out here like Sony 90 million consoles, Xbox 2 million. It's like get the fuck out of here, man. I don't got time for that annoying shit. I still play Blacklist and Conviction. They held up well. Hopefully, we heard something about Splinter Cell remake soon. Yeah. Unfortunately, I think Blacklist in particular really didn't sell well, and that's 100%. That's probably like 100% of the reason we haven't gotten Splinter Cell in a decade. But if they ever do a Splinter Cell remake or new Splinter Cell, sign me up, man. Sign me up, because yeah, Blacklist and Conviction were great games too. They really were. And look, I love open world games, but I would actually prefer if they did a Splinter Cell to have it more that the level based. Cause I think stealth games kind of work a little better in that level based style that the series is known for. And now you could do. And by the way, and since you could do stealth in the open world Assassin's Creed, that's how I mostly played Assassin's Creed game. I'd be stealthing around. You know, I'm not a run and gun type of guy with a lot of these games. I'll do the stealth in a heartbeat, but I think the more, you know, contained level based, maybe Tomb Raider style maps works with a Splinter Cell game more than the big open world games. Leave that for your Far Cry's and Assassin's Creed, Ubisoft. That's all I'm saying. Gaming to escapism. Nobody should criticize what experience a gamer chooses to play. Yeah. Agreed 100%. Agreed. You know. And I get, and I get sometimes, especially with the panel, there's a lot of shit talking and all that stuff. But that's all it is, man. It'd be just some shit talking. But listen. I've never went to anybody else's channel phase, anybody else's YouTube channel, anybody else's Twitter handle. I never done any of that shit and just be like, oh, you like PlayStation? Oh, fuck you, fanboy. All my shit talking that stayed contained to this YouTube channel. Listen, when I sign off, I get back to life. I get back to whatever responsibility I got on, or gaming, whatever, or watch my sports. I'm a huge fan. Texans are having a good season this year. Rockets got their first win last night. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, gaming is 100% escapism, and that's what had me toned down. That's what has me kind of toned down on some of the fanboy shit too, man. Because this could easily be super fuck you Xbox pony box type shit, but I didn't want to go that route with it, because that's not how I am in general. I'm a lot more chill and laid back towards stuff, and I kind of want the because listen, I like stuff like this, hanging out with the chat. I know it's 11:39 p.m. on a Tuesday night, and I'm not going to hold you guys up forever. But I like stuff like this over all that stupid argument, hot take stuff that the other channels be doing. I won the Redfall console Arcane gave away. There's some pics on my Twitter. Oh my goodness, I gotta check that out. I gotta check that out, man. I do not remember. I do not remember a giveaway for Redfall console. I don't remember that at all. What's your Twitter handle, man? At Shizno Elite, I assume. I'm gonna have to check that out, Shizno. That sounds phenomenal. Splinter Cell had me hooked from the first game I got on Xbox. I bought every single one after that. Yeah. I own every single one now. I didn't own every single one for the longest until they were backwards compatible, and then I finally jumped on them. But yeah, love Splinter Cell. Absolutely love that series, man. Other things said facts. Chaos Theory was magnificent. Double Agent wasn't it? Yeah. I wasn't feeling Double Agent either. But now, what's kind of cool about Double Agent, and just something I kind of during cross generation, it's never going to happen again with the cross generation stuff. Since the game production too expensive. But I did like how there was an OG Xbox version of the game and a 360 version of it. But honestly, neither version was really that great. I think both of them are still the weakest in this series. That one didn't connect with me the way like Chaos Theory, Pandora Tomorrow, Blacklist, and Conviction, and the first one did. Chaos Theory is definitely amazing. It holds up well too. Yeah, it still holds up very well. It really does. Absolutely excellent game. Doomslayer said Xbox 360 had the best limited edition consoles. I have the Gears of War 3 Red console. Yeah, that one had some great ones. It really did. I liked a lot of the Xbox One custom consoles as well. I remember the Infinite Warfare was really awesome. The Halo 5. Actually, you know what my favorite Halo custom console is the Halo 5 Xbox One. Of all of them that they released, the Halo 4 was phenomenal. Halo 3 one was all right. I actually think the Halo 3 might actually be the weakest one. The Halo Reach, that one was really awesome. But the Halo 5, that one still blows me away on how beautifully designed it is now. I think that one's I think that one is probably the greatest custom console they've done ever, in my opinion. Was that Halo 5 Xbox One custom, and they have a lot of excellent ones, man. They did. You know how many people would buy a Persona limited edition Xbox console? Ka-ching. Yeah, exactly, man. Exactly, Xbox All In. And you could put all the cool characters on there and stuff. And what I like about Xbox custom designs is that it's not like a sticker. It's not like for example, look up the PS4 Batman Arkham Knight PlayStation 4 custom console. It's just a silhouette of Batman. It's boring. It's bland. It looks bad. And then look at what you see on screen with the wrap. Look at the Halo, any Halo custom console. Look at the like Doomsayer said, the Gears of War 3 Red custom console. Look at the Gears 5 custom console. Look at the Cyberpunk custom console. Like the way that the Xbox designs it, it's a design. It's art, really, put on a console. And it's not just a boring ass sticker ass silhouette or a color swap. Yeah, Black Witch Bomb. Unfortunately, people didn't support it. Yep, yep. It did have the original voice actor for Splinter Cell. Why am I forgetting his name off the top of my head? They did have the original voice actor for him. Um, but it was still great. The actual gameplay and story and all that stuff was really good though. But yeah, it there's in retrospect people like it, but at the time they didn't. It's just no elite. All right, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm gonna check. I'm gonna check that. I'm gonna check out that custom console, man. Oh my god, that Red Gear 3 console was awesome. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Yeah, man, that console was excellent. I mean, and really, they all are. They all are, and that's why and that's cool. That's the wraps are, and the wraps really are really cool and does add personality to your console. I don't think nothing beats the actual custom console. Xbox have made some amazing custom consoles. Yes, they have. Yep. Um, Phase said Xbox had the marketing rights for all the Division games. Hopefully, they see the success of Black Ops and put the Division 3 on Game Pass. Yeah, yeah. If that game does come out, that would be cool to see on Game Pass. I mean, they've got a great working relationship with Ubisoft, so why not? Why not do put it on Game Pass? And the Division was popular, and it's a pretty fun game. I own both the Division 1 and 2. Really fun games, and I think one of them got the current gen update. Michael Ironside, that's right, that's right. The voice of Doomsday and Justice League cartoons, the DC animated universe, is also the voice of and Splinter Cell. That's right, Michael Ironside. I love to see more raps that are game themed. Yeah, yeah. I prefer the game themed raps or the kind of generic ones. And the thing the generic ones are cool. They're based off like some of the console, not the console controller designs, but the console ones. Those are ones that people are going to feed off of. But with that said, guys, it is 11:46 p.m. my time, Central Time. So I'm going ahead and wrap it up. And I know for some of y'all it's even later. So everybody, y'all have a great night. Thank you for joining us on this episode of Unlimited Hangout. I had a blast talking video games with y'all. I had a blast talking about the topics today and enjoying the chat. I'll definitely, this is always some of my favorite stuff, man. Take about an hour or so of my time to hang out with you guys and talk video games. So you guys enjoy. Oh, hold on. He said the reason Michael Eisner wasn't in Blacklist is because he was dealing with throat cancer. Oh wow, I did not know that. Damn, man, the homie had throat cancer. Wow. But thank you for sharing that, Doomslayer. With that said, guys, you have a great rest of the week. If there's any other big news, maybe I'll do unlimited truth. But for now, enjoy the rest of your week, guys, and I am out.